97X. I put this on the 97X Facebook page yesterday because I was genuinely curious what other people had to say on the topic, because I had seen a Facebook basically meltdown, and somebody was, ranting and raving about how they had caught their significant other paying for OnlyFans because they saw the bank statements, which I think is actually kind of funny that that's how we got caught. Or she, I don't even know. I just know that I wanted to know that what do other people think, because I I genuinely do not know how I feel about it. I'm not one of those people that pays for OnlyFans. I know of its existence, and I know quite a few people that do it. And if they make extra money or even a living wage doing it, then hey, good for them. They beat the system. And I asked, is subscribing to somebody's OnlyFans, is that cheating? Well, this was a very divisive conversation that the comments were having. And if you have your own opinion, you can either call me or text me. Hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, or just leave your opinion in the comment section as well, because the post is still there on the 97X Facebook page. And if you've got some insight that maybe I didn't think about, you're more than welcome to weigh in. And quite a few people said the obvious the obvious answer, which is, if that is up to the individual parties. If your significant other has a problem with it, then yes. If they do not, then no. Which I agree to an extent. And that extent only goes as far as, well, is it cheating then if your significant other doesn't want you watching porn at all? Like, if she doesn't want you on Pornhub and you do it anyway, there are people, I promise you, I've heard from these people. There are people that think that going to Pornhub is cheating, which is ludicrous to me. I do not agree with that statement at all, because, just because you do that when the person's not around, that doesn't make it cheating. Because I've been in relationships that were very, very, very healthy. I was in a wonderful relationship, and you still need that private time. There are people in this world that do not, but a lot of guys and even women, when the significant other's not around, they want to get down by themselves. So porn is not cheating to me. OnlyFans, on the other hand, is different. And some of the other comments were saying that you're paying somebody else to look at their naked photos. Well, yeah, that's the nature of the business, isn't it? Better questions would be, do you know this person on OnlyFans? Have you met this person in real life? Because then I could definitely see where the argument is coming from. Like, if it's a person that you went to high school with and haven't seen in a very long time, then maybe, like, see, this is where this conversation gets very muddled. Because if, let's say, for example, you knew of this person. Like, let's say for me, I'm 33. There's somebody I went to high school with that is on OnlyFans, and I have not seen them since high school. I have not communicated with them since high school. I have not said a word. Is that cheating? Versus, I know this person and I see them about, 2 or 3 times, a year, or I see them all the time. Then can we have that conversation? Because there has to be a line somewhere. And I know, once again, I will say this a couple of times. I know that it boils down to the relationship that you are in. But not a lot of people want to have this conversation, because when you're with someone, you don't want them to know what you're looking at sometimes. Sometimes, you just want to be alone with yourself. And I've been in relationships where we never talked about that. And is that healthy? Well, it just depends, really, because I don't want to share that part, like what I like to watch, when they're not around. It's just not a conversation that I want to have, because it's a private thing. And it's not weird. It was very vanilla stuff, but it's just not something that I want to let them in on, because that's me time. So people say that if you feel the need to hide it from somebody, then yes, it's cheating. Well, a lot of us are hiding the fact that we watch porn at all. So, there's that. And other people were chiming in the comments saying that OnlyFans is, supporting small business, which is hilarious to me because on some level, they're actually right. And then there's other people that are just straight up saying yes or no. No explanation whatsoever. It blows my mind that people can just have this, or just throw out these blanket statements of yes, it is, no, it's not, without any kind of explanation as to why you think that. Because, yes, like I said, you are paying somebody. But what if here's another question for you. What if it was a free subscription? Is it cheating then? Because now you're not paying anything. And I don't know where some people's lines are. And if you want to jump in on this conversation, you're more than welcome. Text me, 850-230-1097, or give me a phone call, because I want to have this conversation with people, because I feel like we don't. It's a very booming business, and it's definitely going to only get bigger, because the more time goes on, the more people I know that are signing up for this. So tell me, in your opinion, why is it cheating? Why is it not? Because so many people were commenting on this saying that it's only not if your significant other is okay with it. And I'm here to say that not everybody wants to have that porn conversation. Or there were some people saying that if you're in an open relationship, then it's not. Well, being in an open relationship still requires communication, because I've known people in open relationships that if you're not honest with them, then they start having a problem, which is completely understandable. I couldn't do the whole open relationship thing, but I assume that you have to be honest with this person. You have to you at least have to, let them know what you're going out and doing. Otherwise, you are still going out and sleeping with other people, but you're hiding it from them. Which is cheating to me. Even if you have that open trust, you're breaking the trust by not telling somebody. So if you're in an open relationship hiding something, that's still cheating. But this is porn. So to me, there's a little bit of a line that needs to be drawn, or at least talked about, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know. I'll be right back. 97X. If you were listening, you heard me talk about OnlyFans and how it relates to, cheating, and it's a whole conversation that doesn't really, at least in my opinion, have a right answer. A lot of people think they know for sure, yes or no, which this is an open-ended discussion, because you don't have the right answer, because like I said before, it really depends on the individual. But speaking on the topic of OnlyFans, and I saw this yesterday, and this is not the first time that this has happened, and I want to know what you guys think. Is this okay? Because I think it's a gray area. There's this, and like I said, this is not the first time this has happened. There's a teacher in Missouri that has been placed on leave after they discovered that she has an OnlyFans account. Okay, this is not the only time that this happens. This happens many times, and she's only been put on leave. Oftentimes, it just said that they just fire them. I don't know how I feel about this, because there are people out there that will think that, oh, that's disgusting and immoral, and I don't want that anywhere around my children. I understand that. I do. And I completely get where you're coming from, but understand that these people, they're not filming in the classroom. I'm sure they still have your children's best interest, but hey, here's an idea for those people that honestly think that it's wrong. All right. Well, why aren't they making more money then? If teachers were paid more, do you honestly think they would have to resort to something like this? Because the people that I know that do OnlyFans, they don't do it as a career. They do it for the extra scratch, because they know that men will pay to see them naked. All right? They figured it out a long time ago that men are gross and will pay for stuff. I'm just saying that maybe if we paid teachers more, they wouldn't resort to stuff like this. I think that teachers are the unsung heroes of this country because they take care of our children and educate them, and what they're paid is embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. So for them to have to resort to stuff like this is the result of a broken system. Did you think about that for even a second? No. What we're doing is punishing these people for looking for alternate means of income when they don't have time for another source of income because they're up at butt crack of dawn preparing to teach your kids all day, and then they go home exhausted from teaching 30 kids at a time, some of them. That's just elementary school. The other ones have to teach at least 150 a day. That's middle school and high school numbers. But we want to punish them because they actually do have private lives, which I think is wrong. And I'm just saying, would I want my kid's teacher to have an OnlyFans account? Well, I wouldn't want to know about it because, like I said, this is not taking place in the classroom. They go home and do this stuff. And I get that some people may have opinions on that. But my opinion is make it so where we don't have to do this, where they don't have to go home and sell themselves. Because they're, like I said, they're not looking for a full-time gig doing this. They're looking for support. At least that's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. And if I am, then let me know. If you have a problem with this, let me know. Or if you think it's perfectly fine. 850-230-1097. Teachers having OnlyFans. Do you care that much? Because I sure don't. And if you do care, why do you care so much? Let me know. I'll be right back.